Alrighty. Hello there everyone, and welcome back to the Monday stream. I'm live a bit early because I have stuff I need to do later today. So, we'll be doing our usual shenanigans, but it'll be a case of that I just started and early today. So just give me a hot second to get into the call with the CodeCom, and we will get ourselves properly started. Alright. Handle dark.
Oh.
Very early stream because Bran has a weird schedule today.
Must be weirder than normal.
It's his usual normal of we don't know until it happens. Anyway, with that taken in consideration, I'm going to do some polls because, well, there's some interesting stuff available now. Which I'll probably not get any. Liu Greg. He's alright. And Liu. Game. Liu, Gregor, and Merceau in the same poll. It would have only been funnier if I also got Liu Honglu. But regardless, they're pretty alright units. The main thing is that they just suffer from Season 1. Well, there's the Honglu. Congratulations, alt account, you now have the entirety of the original Blowjob Brothers. Hooray!
Well,
that's what Liu, Honglu, Mer, and Greg were called.
I'm aware.
I'm saying that for the sake of the stream. That's what they were called. Okay. Got absolutely nothing interesting other than an old meme. Right, Capomer. Right, Capomer.
이 천퇴 성도의 이름을 감추어야 한다는 점은 다소 아쉽지만 나의 푸른 듯한 호랑이의 포효 소리를 내비칠 수 있으니 이 정도로 만족하지.
Excuse me. For my own personal reasons, I am leveling up Capomer because he's going to be fun to have in the wings. I'll stay with Kurokuma Honglu. He's not quite leveled up, but Zweigreg is still probably my best. Do I still not have anything good for Rodion? Damn. I still have, like, nothing for Rodion. That sucks.
Or Rhodia.
I mean, to be fair, I don't particularly use her a lot in the first place, so it's not bad that I'm missing anything good for her. She's fine. I just switched that so I could get some different voice lines for once in my life.
Every time I see her now, I just think of just how feral Kinky Mation went over her.
Yeah, I mean, she certainly has some assets. But let's see here. That's still my best Ryoshu. The best Merso. I could really go anywhere with Honglu. I just don't really use Honglu. I had to physically wrangle that Heathcliff into my grasp. You, Ishmael's fine. You're gonna need some levels, Sinclair.
I could have been really mean just now.
Hmm.
Sinclair, needing work. What else is new?
Well, it's very particular that I'm going to probably bring in one who shall grip. So he kind of needs to be ready.
I mean, yeah, that's fair.
I don't use Otis. So I guess I should probably set some of these to be for their passives. Yeah, base Otis is fine. Base Rhodian is, like, if you see anyone running base Rhodian in their kit, it is probably because she has one of the best passives. Just one ally with the most HP deals plus 20% damage with head coins. And 90% of identities are positive coin units.
Actually, that does sound pretty good.
It's just a really good fill-in.
I do like that. The fact that even the base forms, some of them do have something that even like mid to late game, it can be like, no, there's still merits.
Yeah, most of the base LCB units, their passive is at least something that keeps them on the bench.
Hatsuzuki!
Ah, thank you.
Sorry, I'm having to do farming because I've been slacking it off and I just got dealt an unlucky crit.
Mwah. Yeah, like, it's kind of the thing that the two centers that I usually see in base, if they're not, like, active combatants, is Rhodian and Greg. Rhodia, because of her just flat plus 20% damage, I think if you just own the Wrath, like, yeah, if you have 5 Wrath, that just procs every turn, which is not hard to get 5 Wrath. Most characters have Wrath. And there's base Gregor. His passive is also usually pretty good because for the low cost of 3 Gloom, at the start of combat phase, one ally with the least HP heals 5 HP.
Oh man, I can give up 3 points of my depression so I can recover quicker?
Here's the thing. Unless you're using EGO, the sins don't go away. So it's a case of, if you stack the 3 Gloom and you're not using any EGO that costs it, that just procs every turn. So it's a case of, he's just good in the background. The only other, like, weirdly, Greg supports tend to be something kind of along those lines, where he does something, like, kind of just vaguely passive in the background. But, like, it's usually something pretty alright. Because I know that Heathcliff's isn't all that good. Yeah, one ally with lowest max HP deals plus 10% blunt damage. It's like, for 5 Envy, it's okay if you're running a blunt team. But it's like, most people don't run base Heathcliff in the background. Because it's like, most of the strong units aren't blunt. Like, I think Myrrh is like one of the strongest units that's considered blunt damage. But it's like, I don't think he's going to get the Heathcliff bonus because his HP is too high or something. I don't know. Anyway, with that taken into consideration, let's start Canto 5. The
Now
Evil
departing.
Defining.
Club.
Also, give me a second to turn up my fan. If you hear it in the background, I apologize. It hasn't been so long since the bus boat was hounded by the sirens and the flashing green lights. Give me a second. The sinners were sitting uncomfortably, trying to get some shut-eye in. The sinners were sitting uncomfortably, trying to get some shut-eye in the ship cabins, formerly known as the bus cabins. The thought of returning to their rooms didn't even seem to occur to some of them. God, I can read. Promise. After gazing out the window for a while, Faust came to her feet and approached the helm, formerly known as the wheel. Miss Faust. Yes, we have received a signal. Faust? The long-awaited signal has arrived. Then... Poor Isong. They're not even moving and he's so seasick. Ooh, then shall our adventure at the Great Lake finally commence? Oh, what signal? I don't hear or see anything. Not even an alarm. A smoke signal outside our visual range has been picked up by Mephistopheles. A smoke signal? The beacons are lit then. I guess that's what we've been sitting on our butts for. Sailing is a go. Splish splash. Soon, we will be moving away from the coastal area and draw closer to what one would call the Great Lake approach. Activating automatic navigation system now. How? Thou meanest to say that what we have experienced so far was not the Great Lake? By strict definition, yes, it was. We have been inside the Great Lake's borders for a while, yet I make the distinction based on the information available to you, as our path has so far lacked any real threats. No real threats, thou sayest. After all that. Lo, Isong there has hitherto been burying his face in that very bucket. I shall have thee know. Mind me not. I had thought the bucket's purpose was to remove water from the ship in case of flooding. Yet all it hath hitherto removed were the contents of Isong's stomach. And that, well, Puri Kisuna? That incident is still quite fresh in my mind. Walpurgis night. And not many of those threats could be attributed to the dangers of the Great Lake. False cause fallacy. Quite the rush of daunting ideas thou hast thrown in my direction. I shall henceforth continue to slumber then. No, we have just entered a hostile environment. We must rouse ourselves from sleep and ready ourselves for what dangers there may be. Otis? Hello. Yes, I have... General disclaimer, this is not a fresh playthrough of Olympus. I have played through this. We're just now getting to Canto 5 for shenanigans. Because, more or less, I'm just kind of testing how new player-friendly the game is / will continue to be. The answer, for the most part, it's alright. It's really the current, quote, end game that starts ramping up the difficulty, and most players who are that far are pretty invested, so...
I mean, that's endgame, so I mean, you kind of expect it.
I mean, yeah, but it's a case of that it's like, what is currently our end game is not going to be the end game by the time we get, like, Canto 11.
I mean, yes.
Yeah, I figured as much. You were one of the other folks who were nutty about Olympus as me. Yeah. Like, this account is a completely fresh file, and has spent absolutely zero cash. Any pulls I've done has been solely, thrust upon me. I did get a bit of a head start, because I did happen to pull during, 3rd anniversary. But bear that in mind that I didn't get the most broken thing I could have. I mostly just used the 3rd anniversary to hit a Heathcliff because I have not pulled any good Heathcliffs. Anything good with the laser pulls? I will go into that when I get past the cutscene. Basically, the only good things I managed to pull that I can remember off the top of my head is Index Dawn, Faint Aroma Ryoshu.
I mean, you've also managed to get. I don't know the exact unit's name, so I'm just gonna call him. Never mind. You managed to get Pimp Marcel.
Thummer. I got Thummer.
I didn't want. I didn't want to. I'm gonna put in mod chat what I almost called him. I didn't want there to be audio of me saying that.
Yeah, no, that's pretty on point.
It's
But-
on point, but you can see why I didn't want there being audio of me saying that.
The thing is that I can think of a character that is more fitting of that descriptor.
Let me guess. Heathcliff.
Heathcliff. Anyway.
Oh, I think I know what unit you're talking about.
Yep. Anyway. All hands to defensive stations. Otis suddenly leaped to her feet and began barking orders at the sinners. In the blood. My heart dropped for a sec there. Otis, the ship is currently steered by an automated navigation system. As its name suggests, it will automatically avoid any threats the Great Lake may pose. Should a threat prove to be unavoidable, it will sound an alarm. Ha! Do you really expect me to trust that incomprehensible contraption? Besides,
Because that's how any modern ship, or sorry, Otis, that's how any modern ship works.
oh, don't you worry, you'll see that Otis for once is not being weird. Besides, this automated navigation system is nothing but some slapdash last-minute installation by the boat officers. Indeed, Faust was not the one who installed this system. So, no, its reliability is not absolute. Well said. It is well known wisdom that the path of a sailor is fraught with dangerous unknown, which is to say that a human must handle it. Then shall thou be the one who lead this vessel? God. Then shalt thou be the one who lead this vessel to victory. I must rise to the occasion. As executive manager, unfortunately lacks any memories pertinent to sailing. Luckily, I am quite experienced with a leadership position. Oh, Commander! I am no commander. I am your captain. Executive manager, allow me to briefly assume your authorities, so that I may lead this vessel as its temporary captain. She continued before I even had the chance to reply. Attention! Sailing! That is to say, the act of traveling across bodies of water. After an indeterminate amount of time. And that concludes the fundamentals of sailing. Have you been taking your notes, men? Snore, snore. Oh, marvelous! What a considerable amount of new knowledge I have acquired. 'Tis akin to an adventure, is it not? 'Twas one of mine humble 863-year-old dreams to sail the Great Lake as an adventure, like a challenger of storms, a queller of rogue waves. Oh, Dawn. Such an exact number of aspirations you have. Otis? Ma'am, I have a question. Yes, you are recognized. What's that complicated-looking lever over there? Ah, it has been a riddle in my head as well. What may be the function of that peculiar device? Oh, perchance it shall load and fire a volley of cannonballs at the press of a button. I had to let them do that herself. A lever of transformative variety. It shall be an auspicious day in which we are availed the sight of this contraption in action. Otis? I have been seeing more and more of these as of late. These so-called bleeding-edge technologies are hollow inventions that have nothing to show for it aside from their pretty exteriors. A blind pursuit of convenience breeds increased risk. There's nothing but ruin at the end of the road paved with the over-reliance on these bleeding-edge technologies. Forever fueled in the furnace of bolts and engine oil, the ship's blood and sweat. A combined force of the commanding officer's decisive leadership and their subordinates' firm loyalty. What? What? That is how proper workshops of tradition and history are supposed to be run. Now that is how true comrades are born. You know, having that realization that Otis does kind of make sense as ship captain, even if temporarily because of what the fucking Odyssey was.
I mean, yes. I would not want to sail on so much as a freaking fishing boat with her as the captain.
Unfortunately, we're stuck with her.
Actually, let me phrase that. I wouldn't even want to be on a jet ski with her. Because unfortunately, I don't know if there'd be enough room for me with how big the stick up her ass is.
I was gonna say, she's the most experienced besides Ish. Yeah, as far as we can tell. I don't know what she's talking about, but that was kind of cool. I can feel something rising from deep within my chest. That's called infatuation, Sinclair. You'll get over it. Commander! I mean, Captain! This bleeding-edge technology is bleeding like a mule. Whatever shall we do? I, Otis, shall prove it to the world. That I don't need this high-end junk to sail. But also 100% old school in both the good and the bad ways. Yeah. Now, Seawoman Don Quixote, set the power level to the maximum output. Power level to the maximum output! Aye aye, Captain! Seaman Sinclair, set the helm to the neutral position and hit the switch. Set the helm to neutral position. Set the helm to neutral and hit the switch. The engine has fallen silent. The automatic navigation system has failed. It is an old model. Rebooting will be complete in approximately 5 hours.
5 hours?
That's what you get.
How old of a model is it?
Oh, you know. Maybe about 20. Maybe. That's what you get for abandoning your bus driver. Wait. So we're just stuck here? Of course not. While Mephistopheles' engine may be inoperable, as it has melded with the automatic navigation system, the ship itself can still move. We still have a manually activated backup power system on standby. At least someone has a backup plan. Is it a good one? Probably not.
I think I know exactly what this is. I'm pretty sure I saw a clip of this in a highlight reel of Don Quixote quotes.
Yeah.
Hold on, what's up?
The seagull. Oh, I didn't need to click there. Now, men, clear orders and solidarity are of paramount importance in times like these. Right leg on heave, left leg on hoe. Let's go. Heave. Ho. Heave. Hey, oh, how is it fair that you get to stand there blocking orders as well we're peddling a bundle? Most dim-witted question. A captain must preserve her strength or risk putting her subordinates in danger. That is precisely why I am refraining from partaking in this collaborative effort myself. Sure, Otis. It's not like the fact that you're 50.
Isn't it technically her fault?
No. We don't actually know why the automatic navigation system failed. It's just that it failed. And even Faust didn't put any blame on her. I blame Otis. I mean, yeah. Since when were you all, Commander? Well, she did say she's the captain, not the commander. Those damn seagulls can flock off already. How about we kidnap them seagulls and train them to pedal the generator? Oi! Faust! Smartass! I thought you were a genius! Make it so! It should be easy peasy for your brilliant intellect. No. I can make it happen, indeed. Yet I do not, as it is inefficient. Rudimentary toilet training will be the first step in making them viable as a consistent source of labor. Charon's bored. Charon wants to vroom vroom. I'm tagging out. You're the driver, so do your job. That should keep you occupied for a while. Oh, hey, just in time for immediate shenanigans to happen. Oh, you sure about that? Virgie's not gonna let that slide. That's how you get yourself a consultation, you know. Whoa. Wait. Let's think about this for a minute. Let's think about the actual reason we're sweating. Pull the crap out of the generator, huh? To nitpick and seek someone to take the fall for every little thing is a stinking thought. All that happens on the road to success is merely a part of the process. I'm not saying that we should play the blame game. I'm just wondering why we're pedaling so damn hard to begin with. Not like there's something coming after us. We're headed towards one of the largest ports of Bucorp. We know exactly where that is and how to get there. It's not like the port's gonna sail away, right? Why all this urgency? Always the fantastic question to be asking, Gregor. I mean, am I wrong? Great Lake has been very tranquil so far. It's not like some monster is going to suddenly appear out of nowhere and attack us, right? It appears that your consolidated field experience has evolved into a form of intuition. Fascinating, Gregor. Huh? Faust finds this development optimistic. Foreshadowing is a literary device. We must exit this area within the next 10 minutes. We are falling somewhat behind the forecast of my predictions. Okay. That was ominous. Exactly 10 minutes. The laws of the Great Lake. Oh, I knew it. It's that darn law of the Great Lake again, huh? Your foreknowledge of the laws of the Great Lake is an unexpected development, Rodian. Quite difficult to believe that, even with a consolidated experience, your intonation would... Sorry. I just want to look like I was on it for once. Girl gets tired of asking every time, you know. The Great Lake of Bucorp has laws that must never be broken. And yes, the port can and will sail away, Gregor. The bloody lake. What laws could it possibly have? What, are the lake coppers gonna come and spank the bad boys with a stick for breaking class rules? There better be a law that lets me sink, whiny brat. My ears are starting to bleed. Guys, knock it off. I could almost hear a well-timed sigh followed by the honest but brutal piercing words. It was like someone recorded her sigh and played it in my head. But Ishmael was nowhere to be seen on the deck. So, if there's anything you want from me from now on, state it. Clearly. She wasn't kidding. Ishmael remained in her room, not a peep to be seen nor heard despite the commotion. But not appearing once through all that's happened since the incident. As much as I would like to provide you with an explanation, leaving this zone takes precedence. According to my calculations, our last conversation left us with 7 minutes. We're approximately 15 kilometers away from the edge of this zone as the crow flies. Each person must pedal to generate enough energy to travel at least 10 kilometers per hour if we are to escape in time. Wonderful. I'd love to see some proper teamwork for once. Rosciante! Our destination is nigh! Gallop on! Where does the girl get her energy from? Ugh. I think I'm done for. Just go on without me. And leave you where? We're on a ship. And Marceau is just being efficient. Diaphragmatic breathing is conductive to maintaining consistent speed in an exercise of this intensity. Especially more so when each center is responsible for about 10 kilometers per hour of energy output. Any higher, it would have required hypernia to maintain that speed. Will you ever get tired, girl? No. 3 minutes remaining now. We don't even know what happens in 3 minutes. Why are we doing this? She said there's no time. Just step on it with your life. Carol looked at the vroom vroom. This is squeak squeak. Squeak squeak. That's no fun. I didn't know how energizing work songs could be. Oh, why do you guys have so much energy left? This is not even a warm-up compared to the training my family forced me to do. Oh, Honglu. Oh, you lot! Shut your gobs and pedal! 30 seconds remaining. 30 seconds? What the thrill this is! Now this is true adventure! It is like charging an overwhelming colossal enemy. Save your words. You're breathing. Remain in the flow. Breathe in, out. 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 How much? 10 seconds remaining. 4 seconds. But why are you not doing this by multiples of 5? Look alive, deckhands! Put your back into it! Toil, men! Toil! Somehow, we managed to escape the zone before Faust counted down to 0. Some sinners immediately threw themselves to the deck of the ship like limp puppets, while some looked like they'd just taken a quick rest at a park bench. So, we made it somehow, but... I don't see any sign of those laws. Am I missing something, Graf Faust? Oh, I swear, if all this law the Great Lake Triple was some hogwash you made up. Just to make this journey go a tad faster. I'm going to seriously. The tranquil lake surface we just paddled through was gone, as though it was never even there. In its place was an immense something. Its innumerable legs, tentacles, rising above the lake's surface. I couldn't even tell where the thing ended and the length began. Did it burst from the lake, or... We were traveling unawares on its body this whole time? Also, there's a blobfish on Dawn's head. I couldn't even find the right word to describe the magnitude of that thing. Its appearance sent waves across the waters all the way to the zone we were in. Mephistopheles shook violently as though it was about to capsize. It need not be said that the sinners on deck were given an untimely shower. Oh, that was too close. We were almost pancaked. Well, no adventure is complete with... No, you better, of course. Envy. Now this is more like it. We have no chance of weathering a single strike from one of its limbs. No, but it will leave us alone as long as we are here. That is the law of the Great Lake. Now we have time for my explanations. Though the laws of the Great Lake are numerous, I will relay only the pertinent information for now. Lingering longer than a predetermined amount of time in a single lake will cause one to be struck by the waves of each lake. Waves? That didn't look like any waves I've seen before. There are also laws governing the time and direction in which ships are permitted to cross the borders between the lakes. Wait up. So if we ever just come to a stop orbit, that octopus tentacle-like thing will whack us? Precisely. Thus, it naturally follows that everything on the Great Lake is in a constant state of motion to position itself according to the laws. And the route towards our destination will also change accordingly. Can I get like a written list of these laws? My nanny used to stick a piece of paper with our family rules in my room. Not that I could follow them all, but... That's when I heard a door open. Whoever opened it did so with obvious irritation. The waves finally hit. Huh? Ishmael? After such a long period of isolation, Ishmael staggered out of her room at last. You can't just scribble the laws of the Great Lake down on a notepad and call it a day. Each lake has widely different set of laws, even though the overarching laws governing the Great Lake are pretty straightforward. More importantly, you should know that unauthorized recording of their laws is one of U-Corp's better-known taboos. Then my body will remember it. Tattooing them on your body, if that is what you are referring to, is also prohibited. Taboo hunters of U-Corp have been sent in pursuit of individuals who have attempted precisely that. It is best that we do not produce any written records of their laws. What have you been doing all this time, Ishmael? Wetting my harpoon. Your harpoon? Why? Because I needed to be sharper. Because I'll give her the kind of pain that makes her wish she was dead. She'll feel it, even from the smallest cuts. Then why don't you spouse from your misery and crawl back into your hole? I'm afraid that if I did, I'd later emerge to a deck littered with your melted, unrecognizable flesh. And I'm not raring to see a sight like that again. Besides, watching you landsmen waste time tinkering with a ship you don't even understand, wasting precious time, has been unbearable. Even though it's been a long time since the incident at the boatworks, her biting yet anxious lectures have not dulled at all. I was afraid that she might stir up trouble among the sinners again. Okay, fine. But she was out here with the rest of us, and I wanted to believe that that was more than enough. I decided not to question her further. I had a feeling this would happen. Ishmael walked up to the helm. What are you doing? We are smooth sailing at the moment. The northbound breeze is pushing us along. I guess it could look that way for some people. Simple, one-dimensional, predictable ground pounders like you. You little... How dare you insult my... Otis? Let's hear her out. You got lucky, you swabby. Okay, Ishmael, tell us. How are we not smooth sailing? We've got the wind at our backs. That's no wind. We're getting dragged. Dragged? By what? Those ships. As you can tell, nothing is ever as it seems in the land of Project Moon. Even nature itself is against you. Resonance tuning fork. Just like Ishmael said, two massive vessels were approaching us not far from where we were. We're not exactly on a collision course with them, though. Ishmael didn't entertain me with an answer. Instead, she took the helm and threw it wildly in one direction. Whoa! This skill. Splashy drift. Didn't know ships could drift like a bus. Caron, impressed. Redhead, not bad. You have competition, Caron. Hold on. That's weird. She turned the helm all the way. Why are we still headed between those two ships? It's like we're stuck on rails. The Ishmael turned the Mephistopheles' helm around to the opposite direction of the two ships. We were getting dragged even faster by them. And there was nothing we could do about it. You see? Don't tell me you hit the reverse gear. I turned the engine off. What? Oh. Those ships melding with one another. You bloody loon! That's what you've got to say. We're about to get squashed like bugs. You, Swabby, what happened to all that bravado from Earth? Shut up. I'm going to use the momentum of the pole when it's the strongest to get us out of here. And... well, we're going to crash! Now. Immediately before the crash, Ishmael deftly revved the engine and adjusted several levers in a series of decisive motions before speeding us between and past the two vessels. Look! Back of our ship! The ship's stern was crushed, but it was better than getting completely sandwiched between those two ships. Mephistopheles' engine can reconstruct damage of the severity within the next few days. Wait, this is more than just some damage. It's like they deleted a part of our ship. Gone. As though it had never even been part of the ship's blueprint. I took another look at where the stern used to be. It was as the sinner said. The stern wasn't crushed. It was effectively deleted as though it had never been there. It left a bizarre-looking cross-section behind. It's U-Corp Singularity. The Resonance Tuning Fork. Ships operating in the Great Lake can merge and separate when needed. As though they've always been a single vessel, or as though they've never been parts of the same ship. Resonance tuning forks, used by vessels of that size, are strong enough to pull in smaller boats without tuning forks like ours. Or even ones with tuning forks with mismatching wavelengths. Alright. Apologies for taking the helm without your orders, manager. No, don't. You just saved all our lives. I wasn't trying to. But thank you for understanding anyway. Oh, and please accept my apology for giving unsolicited advice. Certain somebody won't stop flapping her gums at me, so I had to. It's not like I could plug my ears in the middle of a voyage, right? I've heard my share of blunt, foul-mouthed talk during the war. She's not the first to do so. Doesn't matter. As long as she can live up to her words, no need to get in the way, I suppose. I'm sorry, Executive Manager. I must take a short break. Be not so crestfallen, Commander. I mean, Captain. Silence. Executive Manager is our commanding officer. Always has been. Downcast and shoulders slumped, Otis made her way into the ship cabins. Formerly the bus cabins. Our destination is near. Welcome to one of the 5 great ports of U-Corp. The Marlin Port. Val's voice was dry and emotionless, as though what had just happened didn't affect her one bit. Oh, that's so big. That has to be one of the biggest ships I'd ever seen. Hong Lu was right. We were approaching a massive ship, so large it could almost be mistaken for an island. Whichever was the case, It was clear that the port was a megastructure built from countless metal shipping containers. Mist fades. What was unseen before unveils itself. I scarcely did expect the pall to shroud a structure such as this. Ship? I don't know. Can we really call that a ship at this point? Can't help but agree there. Ishmael? Does that count as a ship in the Great Lake? Your landsman common sense is useless at the Great Lake. Ships that use residents' tuning forks like those are as common as crimes are in the back streets. Or, I guess as common as the whales are in the Great Lake. Well, Monsieur Boatman. Dark.
Oh, sorry. I literally just got back.
Lol.
So what was the question?
I was just asking for your shenanigans. Fun fact, the boat almost got squished.
I've definitely heard stories like that happening. In terms of whether a bunch of shipping containers could count as a boat, well, to answer that, it would really depend on how you're putting them together. Technically speaking, anything would, quote, count as a, quote, boat if it floats. But at the same time, it's really, again, how specific are we being here with what we're defining as a proper ship? That was created from the actual metal of them, like, recycled or reclaimed, then yes, absolutely.
I think it's a case of that whatever Marlin Port is that it's basically still somewhat self-propelling because of the fact that it has to sometimes leave the part of the lake it's in order to get to a different part of the lake so it doesn't get capsized.
Honestly, that sounds a bit more like
Probably,
it would be
probably closer to a barge.
Something like that, or some kind of auxiliary floating dock.
I mean, it is referred to as a port, but, you know...
like, this is a weird-ass comparison. Like, the closest thing I can think of is, like, what the hell the Aether Paradise was
Fair enough.
located on in Sun Moon. Since that was a artificially created floating, place.
You can kind of see a little bit of at least what the structures look like in this current cutscene, but we don't ever get a real idea of what the port looks like. Anyway.
Honestly, the way you're describing it, it sounds more like almost kind of like an... yeah, I guess you could say the at-home version of an oil derrick.
Fair enough. It does seem to still have some sort of smokestack, but that might just be providing power for everything on it, rather than for anything propulsion-wise, but who knows. Anyways, well then, this is where we will go our separate ways, for a short while. Caroline and I have business to attend to here. Business? Why? What is it this time? I'm looking to buy some mermaid perfume. Let's leave it at that. Virgilia said, looking straight at an advertisement before us. Bottles of mermaid perfume, extracted straight from their left fins. Special discount. Oh-ho! Art thou planning to procure some for us as well? What curious I am with that mermaid perfume. What other curiosities in the Great Lake await us, I wonder? A significant source of income for the people of U-Corp comes from selling whale and mermaid products. Whale oil, mermaid tears, mermaid perfumes, whale cuisine, and more, to list a few examples. Oh, Loy! I spy a purveyor of iced creams over yonder. Sardine whale flavored ice cream. Well, is that appetizing to you? Sardines are quite the savoury nosh, even if they have a funny look to them. Alas, I am more keen to learn the flavours of the Marlin whale ice cream. Will you not accompany us to our destination, dear guide? I've done my job as your guide. I point you in the right direction, and that's where my responsibilities end. It's not my job to accompany you all the way there. While you may be correct, your words come across as rather impersonal. Then you heard me right, Yi-song. I don't intend to make friends with any of you, nor do I want to. Don't let these small talks give you the wrong impression. Now, Miss Faust.
Our allies are expecting us. The before team on the ground will relay us the location of the lobotomy Corp branch housing the Golden Bow. According to our last communication, they should be waiting for us. There.
This place is a bit spooky. I don't see anyone here. What's up with that foul?
I can tell from your tone that you doubt me. This is the location I was relayed.
So we got here first. Bloody brilliant. Before team, more like belated team, innit?
Allow me to make a minor correction. We arrived about 1 hour and 30 minutes behind schedule.
Odd. LCCB agents... LCCB agents we met back at J-Corp were already on the scene, and... I'm sure that comment reminded everyone of the same duo. Did for me, too. Thinking about them even for a brief moment is... It appears that they have elected to sleep in lieu of our appearance. Effie, Sod, we didn't deserve you to. Ugh. Ain't none you gotta watch, eh? What the hell's wrong with you lot? Apologies. In our hurry, we happened upon an unforeseen mishap on our journey here. Ugh. Why didn't you take that into account before you left? Ugh. Someone, from the corner of the shipping container, rises from their nap and stretches. They sound oddly aggressive. My. Honglu, wait! Your badge is upside down. Remember to always keep your appearance tidy. Huh? What's this sticky red thing on your... On his chest hung an upside-down LCCB agent badge. It was soaked in blood. Ugh. I hope that this badge would have a more dramatic effect. Let's see, Limbus Company, before team leader. Was loitering around in our territory. Gots to say, that was bravely stupid. A sorry production of was an insult to art. Get to the point before I sink. Oh, lads, so Tori gets so impatient. Why don't you first give us a lesson? You're looking for the golden whatchamacallit, ain't you? What have you done to the team leader? Hold your horses now. Lad's alive and well. This is a hostage negotiation then. This ain't me first ransom rodeo. You know what I mean. It's simple. Give us the cash, or we return your friend. We don't get the cash, and we give your friend an impromptu burial on the shipping container. Alright? Yeah. Kidnappers, pieces of shite. Oh, I wouldn't do that if I were you, laddie. Think before you act, eh? Anything goes wrong, your friend bites it. It's very straightforward if I do say so myself. Just do as we say, and you and that friend of yours continue on your merry adventure. Back to finding your gold and whatchamacallit. Yes, we've been throwing a full-on gourmet tour guide for you. Just to sweeten the deal. You bloody maggot. Okay. Gotcha. I see what's going on here. Give us some time to discuss this, why don't you? Look, there's no point in escalating this. It'll do nothing but draw unnecessary attention to us. And if our impulsive actions get that LCCB agent killed... True, they hold the upper hand in this negotiation. But I don't believe these fools know much about the Golden Bough. They likely kidnapped him by chance, thinking they could get a hefty ransom out of him.
But we have come across many men and women of evil nature in our adventure. Such brazen villainy has far not been encountered.
How classless. It's grotesquerie without a cause. Charging them head-on will only sick their friends after us. Friends who may be involved with a powerful local syndicate. Our chance of victory is slim, but such an event come to pass. We do not possess enough intel on U-Corp to effectively maneuver that situation.
Yeah, I don't even know how big the syndicate behind the guy is. But the way he said his lines, probably isn't his first time doing this, right? And there's also a chance that they're just small fries, isn't there?
The small fries, let's crush them all. We'll hit them before they even have the chance to lay a finger on the hostage. No. It could mean that their syndicate may be so small and scattered that it is impossible to be traced. Ugh. So we don't know anything. Great.
Are they really going to? If we don't pay up?
Blast it. I know they're kind. Scum like them are around every corner of the city. If this goes cock up, they'll kill the hostage and won't even leave a body for us to find. All kinds of awful images and the ominous speculation begin to overwhelm us. The so-called kidnappers were crowding amongst themselves, giggling and chattering. They knew that our options were limited. Okay. Then I'm going to start off by asking how much they want. We're out of our element here. Best I can do is try to gather some information, at least. A short, exasperated sigh escaped Ishmael's lips. She had been standing here this whole time, arms crossed over the harpoon that rested upon her chest. You're going to pay them? Those bastards? Are you crazy? What else can we do? Even now, the hostage... I don't care about your excuses. I only care to know if this is really the best course of action you could come up with. Any doubts about the manager's decision are unnecessary. Yeah, you're as predictable as always. Executive manager's decisions are orders. To doubt them is insubordination. Ishmael, it doesn't matter how competent a sea dog you are. Okay. If you say so. But who cares? They've not given me an order. They didn't forbid me from doing anything. So what's your problem here? I just can't sit here and watch this play out. Ishmael strode toward the kidnappers. It was plain from her tone and expression that she did not care one bit about what the other sinners said. I'll gladly accept the consequences. She shot me a fleeting glance before raising her harpoon. For insubordination, manager. Then thrust her well-sharpened harpoon right into one of the kidnappers' forehead. The entire course of her action, from start to finish, was so full of absolute confidence that no one even thought to stop her. I couldn't either. Oof. Yosha was right. Kidnapper suffered a total obliteration of forehead.
Ishmael, what did you just do?
Sinclair was the first to snap out of this stupefied silence.
The LCCB agent they took hostage. We just put them at risk. Because the LCCB could...
Sinclair was trembling hard. Couldn't tell if it was the welling tears he was holding back, or an uncontrollable fury.
Just like then, Like back then with Effie, with Sod. It was only a few months ago when... Don't tell me you've moved on already.
Sinclair's memories? I saw an image of Sod and Effie, both smiling. Both were excellent field agents. Because they were both excellent agents, they suffered to their last moments before our eyes. Helplessly watching as they slowly expired in front of him, at his old home at that. That day must have been scorched into his memories. I recalled Ishmael's vision that I witnessed back at the boatworks. Was that also a moment that was burned into her memories, I wonder? Ishmael didn't seem to find Sinclair's questions worth answering. She strode toward one of the closed shipping containers and kicked it open. A body that had been dead for so long that its complexion and consistency barely resembled that of a living human slumped to the floor.
So he was already dead.
This one's been dead for at least a week. And of course, isn't our LCB agent. Ishmael kicks the body, tossing it onto its back. From the looks of it, this one was a tourist visiting Marlin Port. Probably loaded too, if they could afford to travel to the Great Lake just for its sights. They would have been able to afford whatever ransom the pirates demanded. Kidnap, extort, execute. These syndicates have been eating these 3 steps for a good while at U-Corp. Even as their names and organizations change with time, they're everywhere. Like vermin. It would be more accurate to call them pirates here. They never return the hostages. They'll keep asking for more and more ransom until the money well dries up. Ishmael poked at the body with her foot. Then they kill the hostages. Like they did this one in.
Quite numerous, the prevalence of such tragedies must be. How can this be? Wherefore doth no hero rise to the occasion and put a stop to these villains? I believe this to be a place of tourism, is it not? Well, that usually means that there are bigger fish looking out for these small fries. Nay, that matters not, to let such villains run rampant in the city is. It must be the case that the fixers of the city are yet unaware of this travesty. Mayhaps they were preoccupied tending to others in need, indeed. Not else, but that explains this. For we descend the missing to one of the just and honorable associations of the...
Don Quixote, please. Is it about time you woke up from your delusions? I've had enough of your ramblings about justice. Your villains. You know what? Never mind. It's like I'm talking to a brick wall. You're not going to listen to me anyway. It's so frustrating to sit here and just... Shappinesses. Or we can't get anything done in time. By now, we should have been talking to the LCCB agent, getting the intel we need. Ishmael's eyes darted around with wrath, impatience, and anxiety. A metaphorical storm, an amalgamation of senses. She was billowing wildly and helplessly in the tempest. I could not even hope to hold her steady. You brought this about yourself. This is all what us. Don't even know what syndicate your dog is just... Yeah, if we're doing this, then let's get it over with. We're dealing with pirates. I hope you like pirates.
Arrgh. I'm remembering a story of... I forget when this happened, but I think it was like Somali pirates. They attacked what they thought was a... It was either from Spain or South Korea, a tanker.
Mm-hmm.
They'd instead attacked a naval fleet oiler.
Hmm.
You can imagine how well this went for the pirates.
Probably not very well.
Nope. Because fuckers just attacked a fully armed warship.
Oh, you know. But yeah, I guess for a quick note of the combat situation, for basically the entirety of Canto 5, Ishmael will always start battle with negative 25 SP. Thankfully, outside of the dungeon, she is not required for 80% of the battles, I think. Or at least it's not until, like, Act 2 that she really starts becoming required. So if you don't like dealing with her Canto-wide debuff, she's fine. She's fine to leave off the team sometimes. But it is a case of, I'll just deal with it.
순식간에 끝내죠.
거기까지. 위험 요소 제거.
Now, do you want to try and take a guess, what syndicate we're dealing with?
These guys are from the middle finger, aren't they?
These guys? Nah. They're pirates.
Okay, are they... well, what... I heard something about U-Corp, so...
Well, U-Corp is the Corp.
Okay, then where are they from?
꽃으로 잠들어.
I don't know.
Or, I mean, they're syndicate, I mean.
These are pirates.
꽃으로 잠들어.
Like, bear in mind, we just happen to be in U-District, so, like, we don't actually deal with any of the corpos of U-Corp, so...
I know something that's coming up, and what caused it from somebody... I'm not going to say names, being a dingbat.
Interface spoiler. These are the Twin Hook Pirates.
불길 속으로.
Okay.
I'll let that sink into your head for a second.
거기까지. 위험 요소 제거.
You'll find out with time.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is this supposed to be sounding familiar?
It'll make sense in time. Don't worry.
최선의 방어는 역시 공격이지. 전투 방패라고 들어봤어?
채워지지 않을 공허를 남겨주지.
I half want to look this up myself.
Don't.
I'm not going to. That's why I said I half want to.
Now, this is one of those things that will make more sense if you just let the story play out. If you haven't put it together by shenanigans alone.
Okay, answer me this. Is it actually a reference to something in Moby Dick? Because I've never actually read Moby Dick.
It's a literary reference. I'll answer that question.
Is it really what my initial... Are these supposed... Are these guys supposed to be like the fucking Hook pirates from Peter Pan? Because that was my very first thought when I saw this guy, is just like, what's Captain Hook doing here?
The answer will become apparent in time.
순식간에 끝내죠. 팽.
Bang bang.
순식간에 끝내죠.
거기까지. 그 정도인가?
태어난 곳으로 돌아가. 태어난 곳으로 돌아가. 순식간에 끝내죠. 속에 파묻혀라. 속에 파묻혀.
이것밖에 못하나. 위험 요소 제거.
I love Thumber. He just goes bang bang. bastards! When our boss hears of this, you're all finished.
그러니까 지금이라도
So yeah,
적당히
go down and beg for...
잠깐
Wait, I'm not finished. Get away! Get! Oh,
잘 됐네.
that's convenient.
보스가 있으면
Nice.
지지부진하게 시간
Now we can go
하고 있지 않아도
up the
되겠네.
chain and talk to their boss in charge. Let's stop wasting our time here.
이 컨테이너들은 셀
I don't want to
수
have to
있지
crack open these shipping containers one by one and go through mountains of rotting corpses.
한손 정도는
You can still point, right? Please.
보스가 있는 곳
The location of your boss.
손가락으로 위치 찍어.
Mark it on the map with your finger. Wasn't sure when she picked it up, but Ishmael was carrying a travel brochure of Marlin Port. She shoved it in the pirate's face. He struggled He struggled for a moment before pointing to a location on the map. As soon as her trembling finger reached the paper. Ishmael, wait!
갈 곳 나왔네요.
Well, we have our next stop. What are we waiting for? Ishmael walked out, leaving nothing but shipping containers full of both old and fresh bodies behind. What are the odds that the LCB agent we were supposed to meet is still alive?
저들이 우리에게 가진
Depends on how rich they think we are.
기대감에 따르겠죠.
You could already be dead.
최악의 경우
Even if the worst comes to pass, we should still find his body. At least give us something. If that's all we could find at the end of this, his corpse, Ishmael, I don't think I could forgive. Who, me? No, us. We didn't even try to save them. Faust,
듣고 있습니다.
I am listening. Should we do something? Is she going to be okay? I mean, Ishmael.
양양불복종에 대한
I can give you answers regarding her insubordination and her emotional state,
어떤 이런 상황에서
But this is not a matter in which Faust's answers can be of much assistance. Executive Manager, such insubordination and nigh-rogue behavior would have resulted in on-the-spot execution in any other organization. I am aware that punishing the sinners is not part of the authority given to you, but there must be penalties befitting her actions for proper management. Otis, you're always on my side. Pretty much always, now I think about it. I have been a leader of men once, as you are now. I can sympathize with your troubles. I don't know if I can manage Ishmael anymore. I just don't. Though it looked like she was acting rash, maybe it was... Maybe she knew the right thing to do in this scenario. If Ishmael suddenly decides to quit, or something, Faust will doubtless proceed to educate me on the various clauses that prevent Ishmael from quitting. But it's not like I could force her to come along should this hostility escalate. Besides, she already acted without my orders earlier. She did say that she'd follow my orders, but I wasn't sure how long that would last. Executive Manager, that doesn't matter. We don't need there to be 12 sinners. Are you saying that we leave Ishmael? Executive Manager, I have wandered for many years in far, far lands before making my journey here, and I have done so with steadfast determination, for a single clause on my contract with the company. I came ready to face all the hardships that the journey entails. Adversity, conflict, and loss of comrades are simply facts of this quest that I must weather. Truth be told, I expect all of them to happen at some point in our journey. Oh, I will always remain by your side, of course. She smoothly added that last part, but...
You know, I kind of can see why people really don't like Godis.
She is one shady-ass motherfucker. But there was a growing suspicion at the back of my mind that maybe not everyone felt a sense of belonging from the group. Maybe I was the only one who sought a sense of belonging from them, and we'd fight as one no matter what ordeal this journey threw in our way.
괜찮은 예술을 보나 했더니 벌써 목
The club. You ready to go clubbing?
방실 사고도 해야 할
어떤 조직 놈들인지 면면 좀 받을까?
The location, as marked by the pirate's blood, led us to the entrance of a club. Faint music could be heard echoing out from behind the doors. So, this is the place?
우리 중에 이런
Uh,
요란한 클럽
any of us been to a loud, flamboyant, deluxe dance club like this before?
굳이 우리 중에 고르자면
Well, if I had to guess,
어울릴 만한 사람이
my bet would be on you.
그거 편견이야.
Oh, come
우리
on.
뒷골목에는
A flashy ball like
거의
this,
없었어.
at my back streets.
장사가 잘 될
I
리가
thought it would have had
없었지만
much business back there.
뭐,
People would
뒷골목에서
sometimes host secret
오랫동안
backstreet
있었지만
parties, but Sonia always
소녀가 매번
somehow
지지직거리면서
always
장사가
caught on.
왔었지.
So, why are we talking about this?
모르겠어, 단테.
Don't you see, don't they?
경호원들이 있잖아.
Bouncers at the gate.
몇 명에서 오셨죠?
Welcome. How many do you have with you today?
2명.
Two. Come on, man. Don't you remember me? I'm on the list.
Ah, my apologies.
확인했습니다.
Please enter.
저것 봐, 저것 봐.
Look,
뭔가
look.
쑥덕거리면서
They're checking
있잖아.
something with the guests before letting them in.
저걸 뚫어야 한다는
We gotta
거야.
squeeze in there all smooth somehow.
Well, since Rhodey's out, next in the line is... Oh, what? Me?
무슨 말 같지도
The
않은
hell are you
소리야.
blathering about? Special skulling.
나라면 어느 정도는
I'd take that as a
칭찬을
compliment if I were you, Heath. Apparently Heath looks like the kind that would go to into a nightclub. At least by Gregor's estimation. He's been to a couple pubs, but he's not a clubbing man.
그런가?
Should I?
뭐
Slight at this point, but my syndicate was less about music and dance and more about
좀더
blood, loyalty, things like that.
그런 조직 출신이라서 말이야. 아쉽지만
I'm more of a small watering hole or an old pub locator than a fancy clubber.
낡은 술집이
Getting slosh, drinking from old rickety tables. Yeah, that's more like it.
나
Me.
음악과 함께
Music, screams of fear and pain. Deluxe, walls painted red with blood. Dance, people crushed joints forced to dance.
그런 거는
Yeah, that's not a club.
역시
Well, I can't think of anyone else then.
가보았다.
I have been to such a club
다소 자주.
quite often. You're joking.
농담이지. 농담이 아니다.
I am not.
왜 그렇게
I fail to see why that is difficult for you to accept.
인생에서 즐길
It was merely one of the places I visited.
만한 곳 중 하나일 뿐이다.
It was merely one of the places I visited when I used to wander in search of life's joys.
저 클럽의
Cursory observation of the procedures reveals that it is in fact a private club. It's a general rule visitors must receive the bouncer's permission prior to entry. Most bouncers are of an above average mass and are likely to be armed.
무기 또한 소유하고 있다. 이들 사이를
Key elements to getting past the bouncers are...
일반적인 클럽이라면
You'd be right,
그게
if this was just any other club.
이스?
Is she? Ishmael walked past us and up to the club entrance.
이곳은 조직의
This is a home to a leader of a syndicate. The question you should be asking is, what are the other ways of entering the establishment?
그 답도
And I'm sure the answer lies with a syndicate member.
단순하지
Easy enough, right?
어떻게 오셨죠?
What brings you here, if I may ask?
저는
I'm Queequeg's friend.
개그의 친구예요.
네가
Your
뭐라고?
whose friend?
개그
Queequeg.
그 이름을
You recognized that name, didn't you? At the mere mention of that name, the bouncer's expression changed from that of indifference to disbelief.
잠깐.
Wait. The bouncer whispers something into the radio. Is he really going to let us in?
당신이 정말
Are you truly a friend of this Queequeg? What if I am?
지금 어디지?
Where is Queequeg?
보스께서 물어보신다.
It's the boss asking. Right. So your boss is in the club, huh?
지금 이 안에 있다는 거네요.
다시 한번 묻는다.
I ask again. Where's Quick? The twin hooks are on our way. I repeat, we are... I thought we were trying to sneak in.
아니요.
No.
이 안에 조직의
I just wanted to know if their boss was home. We should be able to get all the intel we want from them.
있을 테니 가장 빠르고 확실하죠.
Ishmael is being weirdly crafty, but in kind of the worst way possible.
잔후에.
Mer!
Even knowing context for everything, I can see just how pained it was for her to even say that name.
Yeah. Also, Mer being the guy that's gone clubbing.
I'm just imagining Murr just like dancing like a disco or something, but maintaining his stoic expression the entire time.
That's probably somewhat what it looks like, that no matter what he's actually doing, he visually more or less looks the same.
I want to believe that Merceau is actually a really good dancer for like no reason.
He is efficient at everything. Not proficient, efficient. This is also kind of where some of the thought that Mer is not exactly only Monsieur Merceau of The Stranger, but also Patrice Merceau of A Happy Death. That's kind of where some of that thought comes in from, because in The Stranger, Monsieur Merceau isn't exactly interested in, like, pursuing life's happiness or clubbing or shit like that. But Patrice Merceau, from Camus' earlier work, literally the first part of the book is him just traveling around, getting drunk, going to clubs, and picking up hookers. Hence the joke I have made several times that his name may or may not actually be Patrice. It's just that he goes by Merceau, much like in the way that Sinclair goes by Sinclair. It's one of those things that may or may not come up, because we only recently got actual confirmation that Rodia's full name is Rodion Romanovich. Because I do believe that Raskolnikov is not part of her name. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like if Murd is a mix of the two,
it's not uncommon.
yeah, I feel like it probably is more so the Merceau kind of things, because I feel like otherwise they'd probably have him like have a second name, and the only three sinners who actually have like, oh wait, never mind, I can't go into further detail. Whoopsie.
Yeah, I was gonna say you should.
Alarm bells are going off.
I was gonna say leave that there, but it's a case of, it's not that it's a second name, it's just that for formality reasons, there is no reason to refer to him as anything besides Merceau. It's, like I said, it's more like the fact that Sinclair goes by Sinclair, even though everyone knows his first name is Emil. It's just polite. Like, it is just much more polite to just call him Sinclair, because it's essentially calling him Mr. Sinclair, because that's what he is. So Mur is just in the same boat of, he's Mr. Merceau. There's no reason to call him anything else. Heathcliff and Ishmael go by their first names because, well, there's nothing else to call them. We don't know.
Mr. Sinclair was my father.
You could just
call you Sinclair anyways, I guess.
Kind of. But then it's like Ishmael, we don't know what else to call her because, well, call me Ishmael, if you please. And then Heathcliff, you ask Heathcliff what's your last name, and he's like, I have one? That would literally be his response. Because that's literally the entire point of the shenanigans in Wuthering Heights. Heathcliff is his name through and through. He does not have a first name. He does not have a last name. He is Heathcliff. Which is why in the book, when he actually has a son, his son is Linton Heathcliff. Because he is the son of Heathcliff. So technically that is now his last name. But Heathcliff himself is like, you ask him, do you have a last name? I was allowed to own one? And then there's Honglu that his name is complicated because he's Chinese.
모처럼 괜찮은 예술을 보나 했더니
And then there's Ryoshu,
벌써 뭐
where she's just hilarious shenanigans. And then there's Faust. We don't know if her name is Johannes/Johanna. She is simply Faust. And then everyone else is kind of accounted for in terms of their name. Like, we don't actually know if Gregor's full name is Gregor Samsa. It might be, but we don't know. It has never been confirmed. At least not in-game. Technically, according to pre-release material, his name is Gregor Samsa. But for translation and copyright reasons, he may or may not be Gregor Samsa. But at least we now know that Rodian's full name is in fact Rodian Romanovich.
Wait a minute, that guy's name was Smee. Yeah, this is just a Peter Pan thing. I just remembered because that was the name of like the fat guy with glasses and the big nose who like served under Hook as his first mate.
Also, Hong Lu is Hong Luing again. Oh, I can't believe they're just letting us in like this. Let's go. I wanted to correct him that the bouncers weren't letting us in, that they were either face down in some ditch or fleeing, and we were just letting ourselves in. But I guess I wasn't in the mood. No one's in the mood to correct Hong Lu. Hey! You here with anyone? Yes. I have 12 companions with me. 12? Ah! Get him! Sorry for disturbing you. Okay, everyone. Let's do the famous Marlin dance for our beloved Marlin boy. Arms out like this. Swing and lock. Swing and lock. What's with all the bloomin' bass? Feels as though the sound waves are vibrating my entire brain matter. I had the displeasure of sitting in front of a truck that was doing that. It was shaking probably even the goddamn overpass. It was bad. Get out of my way, or you'll all be sorry. Ishmael swung her mace, shattering a nearby table to pieces. And that was more than enough for the clubbers to realize the seriousness of the situation. They quickly ran to the exit and vacated the club. Ishmael, property damage, please. How much do you think Limbus Company gets charged for property damage? Do you think it comes out of the bus department's budget?
Good question. I mean, given T Corp was generally astounded of just like, how did you guys manage this? And then there was the whole thing, Canto 2, where it was just like, okay.
Okay, to be fair, they stole a bunch of casino chips. And they got away with the property damage there because that was Heathcliff. Being like, oh look, you broke it. Whether or not Limbus Company got charged for that, I don't know. And we can't count the Sinclair Manor as property damage, that was a lost cause. Do you think Sinclair has insurance money for that?
I mean, given the entire town is basically gone, and the house was basically abandoned, probably not. I feel like that would probably fall under abandoned property clauses at that point, even though technically speaking, he would probably legally be the one to inherit it.
Also, look at the beard on this guy.
순식간에 끝내죠.
Are you ready to meet the boss?
I am, and then I'm probably going to go find some dinner. I'm fully expecting the boss to just be like freaking Captain Hook or something.
I mean, it is the Twin Hook Pirates. What do you think we're going to meet?
Well, I can't really think of many, you know, literary pirates that involve hooks besides that.
순식간에 끝내죠.
Because I feel like I mean, it's either going to be Pirates of the Caribbean or Peter Pan.
Well, only one of those is in the public domain now, ain't it?
I mean, I'm going to take a guess and say it's the older one.
Listen, if there's references to more modern stuff, it's usually only left as, like, vague homage. Like the weird, not, Vault Boy soda from that one, Walpurgisnacht.
시생멸. 사고들 시간이.
Legally distinct Vault Boy.
Basically.
No, this isn't Vault Boy, this is Safe Man.
Probably.
알고자 하는 모든 것들과 함께 꽃으로 잠들어.
The sinners go to an arcade.
돌아가.
Oh look, they have a drill man machine. Oh, and Pook Man.
Yeah, bro.
I
mean,
I was having a really hard time trying to come up with some kind of legally distinct Pac-Man name.
the original name Puckman.
I mean, here's the thing. I don't know if that would work though.
I'm just making a joke at that point.
채워지지
Alright,
않을
another quick
공허를
battle in
남겨주지.
between, and then we'll probably actually get to see, the boss.
Actually, trying to think of other literary references that could come from public domain stuff.
There's a lot, dude.
No, well, yeah, but I mean, just like, I think Huckleberry Finn is public domain.
Yeah,
I
at this
want-
point,
I'm pretty sure Winnie the Pooh entered public domain recently.
Recently.
If not, it's about to.
yeah, recently, because I know that people were drawing stuff. It's just a case of that, there's some distinction about, the shirt.
Yeah.
But it's like, as a character he is. All of, Sherlock Holmes is now actually public domain. Rather than just, like, the first two. Basically, I think the current cutoff point is anything from, like, the 40s and earlier is currently all public domain. Because, we had to remember that, like, Sinclair and Murr are from, like, the 30s.
꽃으로 잠들어.
Yeah.
So basically around that time period right now.
Does that mean that the two of them, their source material is technically the most
Recent.
modern?
순식간에
Comparatively. Because, again, that's kind of the entire thing that, because them and Greg. Because Gregor is, like, from the early 30s? Late 20s? Something like that? Because Camus was inspired by Franz Kafka.
And I remember you said that Sinclair's story ends with
Him being drafted into supposedly World War One.
and it being ambiguous whether or not he's alive.
Yeah. To which that's not even the entire
minute.
question.
Wait, but wouldn't that mean that Sinclair would have been fighting fighting for Germany then?
He's Swiss.
Oh. Okay, so probably French.
Don't know, because basically, Hermann Hesse and the character of Emile Sinclair are from that very weird in-between area of the border of what is modern Germany and Switzerland, but he's from the Swiss side of it. So we don't actually know what side he was on, because he's Swiss. Like in the same factor that Gregor is, quote, German, but in the way that he's technically vaguely Austrian because he's from Prague, but it's Kafka who was growing up in Prague when it was still owned by Austria-Hungary, because he's Czech. Faust is like the only one that's German. And even then, she's German in the concept of regionally German, because the folk character of Johannes Faust is so old that we don't even know the origin of Faust. It's like, at least from the 1200s, question mark, but that's the first written record. Faust as a character is a lot older.
I was going to say that would mean she's probably the oldest, but then I remembered, wait, no, Dante's Inferno.
I'm going to look at Otis.
Well, yes, that too.
Like, the Odyssey is the oldest, and then I think we actually go chronologically, then Don Quixote is the next oldest. Like, not counting Dante. Like, I think it goes Odyssey, Don Quixote, Dream of the Red Chamber? Or, yeah, no, it's Odyssey, Don Quixote, Faust, Dream of the Red Chamber, Wuthering Heights, Moby Dick, Crime and Punishment, then starting the bout of the modern ones is Metamorphosis, Hellscreen, The Wings, then Emil, then The Stranger. Like, I think out of the Sinners, Myrrh is the newest of them, question mark.
So, I randomly looked up, I found on Wikipedia, 2026 in public domain, entering public domain in countries with life of 50 plus years. So as of this year, the Archie comics and Twilight Zone are entering public domain?
Yeah, that sounds about right. The Archie comics are really old, dude.
No, I'm aware. It's just like, huh. What else is on here? Oh, there's something from Winston Churchill that enters public domain.
I was gonna say, before you get too engrossed, this is the last story note before we take a quick break when I hit combat.
Oh, yeah.
Or basically, we will deal with this cutscene and then we can take a quick break.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's combat first, then cutscene. Also, you have to really take into account the amount of force Sinclair is using on that halberd, in the point that the pole is bending.
Yeah, that's gotta be impressive.
Yeah.
Huh. Betty Boop is apparently gonna be public domain come this year.
Huh.
Oh, the first 4 Betty Boop cartoons. Well, I guess that still technically counts.
Yeah. Because I think that more or less means that that specific iteration of the character in of itself is public domain. Back when she was still basically a dog.
Wait, what?
Betty Boop was originally basically like a dog-like character because she was originally created alongside, I think, Felix the Cat? Or something like that. Like, like she was.
I kind of can very faintly see it with like the head shape, like
yeah, and the
like
earrings were her ears,
some kind of bull
basically.
terrier or something.
Yeah, that like basically she was made alongside a different character to be like the girlfriend, but then she ended up more popular and thus kind of became the main attraction. That actually gets weirdly referenced. Not weirdly, but that gets referenced in the Bendy and the Ink Machine shit with Alice Angel. She was originally... Basically, she's kind of a reference to Betty Boop, but in the idea that she never got as popular.
For shits and giggles, let's check next year while combat's still going on. More Winnie the Pooh enters public domain next year. Specify what? Flash Gordon.
Oh man, Flash Gordon. Go, Mer. Blast him. Blast him to next Friday.
Agatha Christie enters public domain.
Probably some of her.
bibliography.
I was gonna say probably some of her later books, because some of her earlier books were already public domain, like Orient Express and shit. I think. I don't know. People have been making games based off of her shit for years.
I mean, yeah. I think that's one of the cases where, or whoever owns, the estate doesn't really care.
I'm also saying this in the fact that, like, fucking hidden object games were based off Agatha Christie stuff, like, in the 2010s. I was playing these things.
Happy Birthday enters public domain next year.
No, the song entered public domain more recently than that.
No, it specifically says Happy Birthday to You. So, I'm not sure, maybe it's like a different version of it?
I don't know, because that was the reason why it was not in Tomodachi Life on the 3DS, because it was not in public domain, but it is in Tomodachi Living the Dream because it is public domain.
Yeah, I remember that was a kind of something people were really scratching their heads over back in the day.
Anyway, combat is almost over.
Oh man, Little House on the Prairie!
Remember that being okay.
That'll be domain in 28.
Anyway, this is one of my favorite cutscenes. You better tell us what your boss is before things turn ugly. Go drink some milk before you start tossing around the threats like that, Lottie. I'm serious! Talk, or next thing gets smashed your skull. Okay, let's calm down. Captain ain't here. If it's hostages, you're like Paul the first mate, you know. Sinclair fucking broke a table with his halberd. Don't piss off Sinclair.
This guy was like, went from, okay, go home, kid, to, okay, let's chill for a moment.
Yeah, because he just realized, oh, this guy has a halberd and he actually knows how to use it. Directions. Last room at the end of that corner. Go. Not that way. Get out of this club. I am sorry. Oh, kid. You're getting better at this, aren't you? I don't want to get complimented for doing something like this. I just think we have to get the hostage as soon as possible. Alright, so we should actually meet the first mate at the start of this next cutscene, and then when that combat inevitably starts, I will actually take a break.
Oh, ugh.
That.
That's nothing. I was about to close the tab. I'll wait until we're not in a cutscene.
Ah, you certainly made a mess out there. Tell me, what sent you? A rival captain? Or are you looking to collect my head for the bounty?
So you're the boss here?
Yeah, I'm Smee, first mate of the Twin Hook Pirates.
I remember me being this attractive.
Glad you wanted to see me. What? What an autograph.
We were last informed that you were the second in command. We seek your superior. Tell us of their whereabouts.
Look! That asshat has to be drowning in bottles of berry wine somewhere. 3 sheets to the wind. So I pretty much run this joint. De facto and all, you know. You gotta understand our predicament. The perfume business has never been the most lucrative venture at this point, so we're just looking to branch out. Fairly business decision devised by none other than yours truly.
Understood. So you must have the information we seek. We are in search of a certain individual held hostage by this establishment. Hand over the information regarding his whereabouts.
Hostage? Oh, what a crude choice of words. We'd prefer to call him our guest.
Guest?
Yep. Well then, how about a deal? Tell me everything you know about Queequeg, and I'll see to that the guest you're looking for is safely returned. Besides, that guest of ours, he's a big shot, ain't he? LC something's team leader? Oh, and one of you's a friend of Queequeg, right? Tell me everything you know about Queequeg. What's she up to? Who's she with? The last thing she said to you? I want to hear all of it. I'm sure there's no need to remind you who's got the upper hand here. Ugh. I wish I could tell you. I really do.
Alright. Just as we start combat, I will give us a brief intermission. Because now we get to fight Smee. Yes.
I guess super quick. Thing I was mentioning, well. You ever heard of the Savo man-eaters?
Not really.
Long story short, there was a railway that was being worked on between Kenya and Uganda, and workers were being picked off one by one by two lines that developed a hunger for human flesh.
I see.
And well, these things killed estimated hundreds of people. Took a pretty skilled professional hunter. Their taxidermied remains are now at the Chicago Field Museum in Illinois.
Huh. Well, I will be back as I put us to intermission.
And I'm gonna go get some grub.
Alrighty, I'm back. I don't know how long Dark's are gonna be gone, but
단격발. 거기까지. 고기 피었잖아. 내 뒤로. 그 오물을 떼어내주지. 그렇게 서 있으니 목이 떨어져 있어.
탕. 손에 꼭 사고될 시간이다. 잔후에
고기 피었잖아. 못 쳐지게.
태어난 곳으로 돌아가라. 꽃으로 잠들어.
그렇게 서 있으니 목이 떨어질 수밖에. 못 쳐지게.
꽃으로 잠들어. 꽃으로 잠들어. 파고들 시간이다. 잔후에
ow, my Sinclair.
방심해. 살고자 하는 모든 것들과 함께 무덤으로 돌아가라. 파고들
Tonight's dinner
시간이다.
is pasta salad,
잔후에
tomato and carrots, twice baked potato, and my dad's specialty of barbecue chicken.
Someone just came into the chat with the name Gender Change Potion. Hey, your gender is safe. Or is it? Listen, buddy, I don't have one.
I have a couple of friends who might want to talk to you.
I think you should look out for yourself, buddy.
I know what I am. I know what I'm happy with.
It's become every gender. Pass it off to that one. I don't want it.
I don't want it either. I'm happy being a man.
No gender equal to all gender.
Is that not what you are, Harry?
It's a little hard to have. Listen, man. You multiply my gender. You multiply my gender by anything, you still end up with 0. 0 times anything is 0, man.
I know what I said. I know what they said. They know what they said.
Yeah, what's the opposite of 0? Positive infinity. I think the opposite of 0 is still 0, because the opposite of infinity is negative infinity. Because the opposite of infinity is still infinity, man. Also, yeah, Smi's already dead, by the way. She was on the on the screen for like 1 turn.
Oh,
Wait, you better stay away. Lay a finger at me and you'll regret it. You have no idea who's looking out for me.
What?
It's... Don't freak out. A big brother. From the middle.
Uh-huh. A BB?
This Queequeg? The middle put a pretty hefty bounty on her pretty head. In case you didn't know. She not only dared to quit the middle, but also decided to fall off the face of the earth.
Now that's what you call prime stupidity.
Given that the middle never forgets.
Okay, are you finished?
Wait, really? You're still going to kill me?
It's our mess. I'm not about to leave any loose threads behind.
It's the middle we're talking about. The middle. Don't you know who they are?
I don't think Ishmael really cares.
Wait, fine. I'll tell you where your friend is. The shipping container you're looking for. We keep our living hostages in shipping containers marked with a green triangle. Since he's a Regent cat, you can go find him on the east side. Probably.
Green triangle, huh? What if there's more than one of those? What if it's in a different shade of green? What if you're just lying to get out of a pinch?
You should be able to tell. You should be able to tell right away. I'm serious. Please.
There you have it. I say that's more than enough confirmation. Happy now, Sinclair? Sinclair was frowning, but Ishmael didn't seem to care. She stood there, rubbing the wrist of her weapon arm. It almost appeared as though she was measuring the amount of strength needed to turn Smee's head into pulp in one fell swoop. Wait, killing her could cause us a lot of trouble. We know where the hostage is, and I think that's good enough. Let's head back. I don't feel the need to convince you, manager. Kindly get out of my way. I don't want to waste any more time on this.
You know what else is a waste of time? Killing me. How about we just go our merry ways, huh?
I disagree. Ishmael? I can be pretty fast. Ishmael's eyes were still lost in wandering. She swung back her harpoon arm, ready to strike, and before I even realized what I was doing, I was sleeping in the way. Executive Manager! Dante, are you insane? You're the one who's insane! You dare lay your hands on our Executive Manager? Was insubordination not enough?
Smart choice. You killed me. Big brother, or even a big sister would have gone after you.
I recalled the time when the exact opposite happened. And Ishmael leaped in front of me, taking the malfunctioning machine's bullets in my place, and called my name as her body liquefied, as though she had faith that my name alone could make everything right again. Did you just take a harpoon for that bitch? If I aimed one bit to the side, I would have hit you in the face. Your stupid clock face. Do you understand? Yeah, I do. Boy, you really did wet the heck out of that harpoon. This really hurts. Can you please stop it with your stupid goddamn quips? Executive Manager, her words and actions just now are more than enough to constitute a full-on mutiny. She made an attempt on the life of her direct superior. I can no longer sit idly by and watch, though you may not have the punitive authority. We must make a detailed report of these incidents and relay it to the higher-ups of the company to discuss our further actions. It's okay, Otis. I chose to get in her way. This is not okay. That individual has consistently and repeatedly caused serious setbacks to our mission. And that, Executive Manager, is crossing the line. Otis? I said it's okay. I didn't take the harpoon for that woman. I took it for Ishmael. What? Did you flip a switch and decide to become a humanitarian all of a sudden? You never had to dirty your hands with a drop of blood. Not even once. You just sat back and ordered us to bloody ourselves. Bloody ours, and you were set. Now you're telling us to, what, ease up on the murders? What are you even trying to say? That you don't want us to get traumatized anymore? Some touchy-feely shit like that? No. It's just my intuition. That probably wasn't very convincing, was it? No. Of course not. Intuition comes from experience. From memories. You remember Jack all before the clock, Dante. How could I trust your intuition? That woman. I think she's in a pretty important position of power. At least in this district. Killing her before thinking things through could complicate things. Did it not occur to you that not killing her could also complicate things? I just think killing everyone in our way, left and right like this, won't help us in the future. In the future, huh? Sorry, I don't have any better explanation for what I just did. I don't know how far in the future you're talking about, but I'm sure we have different things in store for us there, Dante. Dante. Do not ever put yourself at risk in such a manner again. Come on. That advice coming from one of you guys? Not very convincing. Responsibility of 12 lives way upon your shoulders, Dante. Thus you must watch yourself 12-fold. Doubly so, in that, should you perish, we do not possess the means to bring you back. And ones that cannot be brought back leave behind an unbearably painful void. Isang was right. My shoulder was in an unbearable amount of pain. What? You, alright, clockhead? Yeah, I'm good. The clock still works. What? That's not what Loony bugger. You're not all there either. Or maybe it just took you a while to lose it, eh? And here I thought we at least had one sane person on the bus. But you're no different. Heathcliff shook his head and walked away. Things aren't very good when Heathcliff is like, Jesus Christ, you're stupid.
So long since I've had my dad's barbecue chicken. This
Oh man, barbecue chicken.
벌써 목 애를 전부 채웠군. 방지할 사고도 해야 할 뒤처리도 없나.
불로 정화하고 깨끗한 세계를 세우라.
I Basically, when I'm not playing this file, I just log in and store up modules. Fun fact, my main account has over 500. This is nothing. I can have more. You think
You
all...
just get it from like doing your dailies or something?
So basically, the fuel that's used to go through the story nodes, that green bar, if you don't have story nodes to go through, or you don't want to, or something like that, you can convert all of that into the modules that are used to enter story dungeons and the actual daily grind dungeons. And the daily grind dungeons cost, like, depending on where you are in the story, between like 2 and 6, depending on if you're actually sitting there and doing it. It doesn't cost you nothing to just turn on the game, convert them into modules, and walk away. Like, if you're not actually planning on playing much, you can just do that. And it's really good to have them in stock if you just really need to grind. Like I said, my main account has over 500, almost 600. You can't see the thumbs up I'm giving you. Anyway. You'd think all of these shipping containers are full of... Right. Let's try not to linger on that thought. I try my best not to speculate about what terrible things the pirates might be hiding in that mountain of shipping containers. Hey! Who's there? How'd you find this place? Oh, hey! Well, we're just here to check out that shipping container with that green triangle over there. And we'll be right out of your hair, okay? Let's take them out before anything worse happens to our agent. You know, because I'm not on my main account right now, I should actually be able to check my phone to see how many of those modules I have, because it is a ludicrous amount of modules, much to the point that my fiance is like, what the fuck? But then again, if you look at the amount of the ego shard crates I have, I also get a lot of what the fuck. Never gamble, always shard. I mean, that's what I do on my main, basically. Like, I might just sit there and, like, occasionally pull, like, 110 pull when I have, like, the tickets or something. But it's like, I usually just shard. There was one point that I had so many of the ego shard crates that I once had, like, over 8,000 Heathcliff shards. Because I had everything else, and it was end of season. So I just turned them all into Heathcliff shards. I like Heathcliff. Did you know Hornet Merceau can apply Pierce Fragility? Interesting. I'll have to keep that in mind if I ever get him. Because I think that's like one of the only things I don't have. I might have him on my main. Yeah, I know it's Walpurgis. I just don't remember if I actually pulled him from the latest Walpurgis or if I had to wait until the next. Okay, I have been spending a few of them. But on my main account I have 487 of the modules. And 157 of the ego shard crates, but that's bearing in mind I haven't bought the pass on my main account, so... I could have... an extra 800 of those. My main file is kind of just a hoarding situation. Do I have Hornet Murr on that account? I did manage to actually get a hold of him, yes. So, I might keep that in mind. But this one is, this one don't got a lot. I'm working with what I get. You can't see the thumbs up I'm giving you.
괜찮은 예술을 보나 했더니 벌써 애를 전부 채웠군.
Yeah, I guess 239 is a lot of modules.
해야 할 뒤처리도 없나.
But to be fair, I don't play this account every day, so it's like a case of that it's just good for hoarding in case of me getting stuck.
천천히 가자니까.
Am I even missing any wall purpose units right now? No, I thankfully am not missing any wall purpose units on my main.
하고들 시간이다. 잔후에.
I'm basically just missing anything from Season 7. Which, by the end of Season 7, I'll have all of that anyway, because I'll probably just shard for it.
태어난 곳으로 돌아가라.
받아볼 텐가. 여기 피었잖아. 거기까지. 그 정도인가?
하고들 시간이다.
Alright. It's kind of funny that there's not much going on because it's just combat.
위험 요소 제거.
Yeah, I'm looking at my main account and bear in mind I did spend a little of it because I was trying for the new Ryoshu. I have over 12,000 lunacy on my main. You can tell I haven't been doing pulls for a long time.
That hit the spot.
That's good. Go start sharding this. These 7 IDs, they're beyond stupid. I mean, for the purpose of what, man? Like, it's kind of, I'm at the point that I don't have much reason to because I can get through, like, anything the game throws at me right now. With, like, literally everything else. Like, I know Railway 6 is coming up, but, like, I don't really think I need most of the nurse part. I have Rian Song, I have him. I don't really need I don't need much else sometimes. And it's like Heathcliff doesn't have anything interesting from season 7, and basically all of my team comps will have a Heath. I'm aware they buffed the Ryoshu, but it's like I don't even have Ryoshu. So it's like, eh.
무덤으로 돌아가라. 방심했고.
Oh right, the new the new Heathcliff. Right. I just recently got him and it still hasn't really burned in my mind that I have him. Because I mostly use Wild Hunt and Kurokomo. And maybe sometimes Heisho if I'm actually running the Heisho team. It took a long time for me to stop using Rabbit. Like, I don't think I stopped using Rabbit until, like, halfway through Canto 5. And I don't even remember why I stopped using Rabbit. I think it's just that I kind of finally got tired of the bullets. He kind of does need more bullets, or, like... I'm not exactly in the boat that we need the tier 5s, but it is kind of a case of that Season 1 units are Season 1 units. Like, that's the best I could put, because that's the thing is that... Okay, that's also Ujat Otis. Like, most other units at least have, like, the same amount of bullets as Heath, but, like, Ujat Otis is Ujat Otis. Bear in mind, I don't hardly use Otis for shit, so I don't actually know what she's doing there. Like, I use Magic Bullet, and if Magic Bullet isn't working, I don't use Otis. She does not need to reload 5 times. Alright. I say that I will probably go through this last story node here since we just got through the first third of Canto 5. I will go through this story node now that we have our hostage in sight. And that's probably where I'll end the stream for today. Like, today is kind of a really awkward day in terms of my timing, so we're just kind of winging it. This one. It's gotta be this shipping container. And here should be the LCCB team captain. I really thought I was done for. Nice pilot. LCV, primarily observation unit 3 assistant manager. Wait, you're not the team leader? But the pirates said they captured the LCCB team leader. Hey, I'm standing right here. What's up with the obvious disappointment? Anyways, thank you for saving my life. I heard so many stories about y'all. The LCB, huh?
Ishmael really went. I expected somebody more impressive.
I mean, she wasn't expecting a country boy. Also, say hello to Pilot. He continues the joke of the naming convention of the LCCB. Because you had Effie and Sod. He's Pilot. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
God! I hate that I just got it. I hate that I...
Such is the reaction every time someone realizes the joke of Effie and Sod.
So mad.
What kind of stories, I wonder? Happy to make your acquaintance, sirs and ladies. I've been a huge fan ever since I joined the company. Why are y'all looking at me like that? Long story short, there was a whole mess with this other guy who claimed to be a fan, so... yeah, you gotta understand. Oh, he's... oh, I have a message to deliver to you guys. Hey, I bet you guys are chaotically running around somewhere in U-Corp like headless chickens and messing everything up. Time for oof. Oh, wait, I'm just delivering the message exactly as she said it. Invitations and all. Watch out, don't you think it might have been better to start with, and I quote, and tell us who this she is, too? Abbreviations and omissions are two completely different things. I'll let this slide, fledgling. Just this once. Oh, she is, of course, none than manager Miss Sod herself. Sod? Is alive? Manager? Did she get promoted? She's still in recovery, but half the team arrived just in the nick of time and treated her wounds, saving her life. I'm glad it wasn't a posthumous promotion. Manager saw I wanted to meet all y'all too. Couldn't make it out on account of her being on a different mission. I'm glad she's okay. Is Sod okay? Of course. Wasn't the smoothest recovery, but now she's healthy enough to eat some pub and hold a lengthy conversation. That's great. But I was asking because she lost her partner right before her eyes. Oh. Pilot produced a piece of old folded paper and began reading from it. This is a reminder to all LCCB employees. We, the patrol team, are assigned the paramount task of clearing the path before anyone else does. Every blooded step, every flesh given becomes another stepping stone to your fellow Olympus Company employees to follow into the future.
입사하자마자 받는
That's the very first line from the new hire training guide we were issued.
저는 말입니다.
And I'm proud of it. I'm proud of the sacrifice we made. Most of my co-workers at LCCB just want to make a quick buck before quitting and say I'm the odd one, though.
희생이
You're proud of sacrifice?
진심이에요?
Seriously?
No, no, Ishi. What? You want sardine with flavored ice cream? No way, me too. Why don't we head out and get some together?
Hey, let me go. How are you so strong? Rhodia grabbed Ishmael's arm and began practically dragging her outside. Well, just in case she gets into another fight, I decided to sneakily follow them from a distance.
Ishi, you gotta stop bringing down the mood like that. We saved his life, didn't we? I understand that things are a bit rough right now, but let's be a bit more patient, okay?
Rodian, that back there, that's just indoctrination. They're brainwashing them. No one wants to admit that they're just throwing themselves into a meat grinder. So they wrap it neatly in the name of self-sacrifice.
I know. Then why? People need a way to endure that reality and go on living somehow. Some people live from paycheck to paycheck. Sometimes they just don't have a choice. Let's hear out our overzealous friend. How about that?
Don't talk down to me like you're coddling some baby. We're not that close, Rodian. But I'll listen. Just this once. Something to add, Dark?
I'm gonna say, ow. Harsh, Ishmael.
She's been harsh this entire Canto, man.
I'm aware.
Even the last
still.
Intervalo, like, she's been a little too... Like, again, it's weird that Heathcliff is being the reasonable one.
I'm aware, but that one kind of felt like... That one actually kind of stung a bit.
I mean, these guys kind of all weirdly acknowledge they're not exactly friends. Don Quixote's like the only one that really makes friends. And Sinclair kind of a little bit, mostly with like Yi-Song. But Don is like, I'm friends with
I feel
Heathcliff.
like Yi-Song could become friends with most people if they're, not complete monster.
Yeah, but he keeps himself at arm's length, and then Hung Lu is Hung Lu. That's all I can say. Hung Lu is Hung Lu.
Having seen his Canto for myself, yeah. That's a good way to put it. Hung Lu is Hung Lu.
Anyway. Fine. Rhodia seemed to have noticed that I was following them all along. She signaled me with a quick wink. And I was able to return to where the other sinners were before they did. Like I said, this is probably a good stopping point for today's stream. Now that we've finally met Mr. Pilot and found out that he is in fact okay, and so is in fact Sod. Hooray! Sod actually made it out of that. Unfortunately, Effie didn't.
I can't wait for us to meet season and finale.
Thankfully, we really haven't met anybody of those particular names, and some of the names in this series get a little stupid. Like, even if they're just, like, nicknames or code names or something like that, because there's a character in Library of Ruina whose name is Meow. To be fair, she's a little bit nuts. But, taking all of that into consideration, I do hope you enjoyed today's stream. When we come back, hopefully next week, I will be continuing on with Canto 5. I should still be good for Wednesday, which is going to be more of 999. And right now, I still don't have any plans of expanding my schedule. I may or may not. I've bounced some ideas in the back of my head, but nothing concrete. But, taking all of that into consideration, yeah, there's not really much to add. Because we've made some decent progress in Canto 5. You can see that, especially compared to Canto 4, it's a lot better paced. Like, they were kind of getting more of that feel for how to actually pace the cantos by this point. So there's not as much exceedingly long filler fights. That and the weird wave mechanic is kind of changing and all of that, but we'll get to see some of the fun stuff in the Canto as we progress. But, like I said, I will be back on Wednesday for more 999. And next Monday, all things considered, hopefully back to Limbus Company, back to my usual time. Until then, I hope you enjoyed the stream. We're gonna go raid Josh Jepson, because, well, I'm usually never live before he is. He's currently playing some Tomodachi Life, which is always a hoot. Anyway, I will see you all later.